So I personally have never been to a drive-in movie theater before, just because I hate driving, I'm introverted, and also being in an open space in your car for 3 hours on end is kind of spooky scary. So I thought, why not build one in The Sims 4 to live vicariously through my Sims gameplay before I do it in real life? Because as an introverted Pisces, I am unpredictable. I don't know what to feel, I don't know what to say, it's just weird. So if you relate, let me know. If you have an experience on a drive-in movie theater, also let me know. But let's check out this build. So whenever I think about a drive-in movie theater, I always think about like the 50s and 60s, mostly because my parents and grandparents and other people have told me that people will listen to the movies through like their car radio, like the AM, FM radio, or like headphones or speakers. And I mean, I feel like that's a lot more fun and a more fun experience just because you don't have to worry about people around you. You can like shut your windows of your car, put on your headphones, turn up the volume, whatever it might be, to enjoy the movie in your own like zone. And I think a lot of people think that drive-in movie theaters get a bad rap because it's outdoors, limited food, limited space because cars are like too big or too small. And it's just like a weird time because usually drive-ins have like specific times they show their movies and what movies and also during what season, rather than like indoors, you can watch movies at pretty much any time, any year, do whatever you want. I love the idea of a drive-in, and usually like there's not that many in my area. There's like one like 25 minutes away from me, and I could go, but I think it's closed at this point because it's getting colder. I really don't know. I should probably look into that at some point because I actually want to go and see a movie. But until then, I shall live vicariously by reading my books and through my Sims gameplay. But the reason why I'm building this drive-in, quote unquote, drive-in, is because my Sims are more extroverted than I am, and I want to be able to have a way where my Sims can experience a new way of life. And I have so many mods in my game, and I have so many stories I want to tell, that I feel like them going outside, seeing people, adventuring in a new world, and being able to tell those stories and passing them down to generations to say, hey, I did this when I was a child, when I was your age, and saying I saw this movie and it was really fun and I think you would really like it because I have like the DVD or the VHS with my VCR, whatever it might be. That it's the stories that you tell from your experience that matters. And I always feel like with my parents and grandparents, they experienced way more life than I did. I'm only 27 years old and I feel like I've done a lot, but not to the point where they have done way more than I have. And so I'm learning from them day in and day out. And I'm always so fascinated about like their stories that they tell me about their childhood or like when they were teenagers or adults and traveled the world and have done different things. So it's like I want to be just like my parents and grandparents when I grow up and be able to tell my stories to like whoever I want. And so whenever I play my Sims, I want to be able to have like that same experience. And I think of my Sims as real people. So I take a lot of videos, a lot of photos to remember those good, fun moments. And I wish we had like a way we could capture video in The Sims, like not through like the actual video camera with built into the game. I want to have an actual functioning camcorder or something to then be able to like showcase movement and showcase like the funny laughter or the birthdays or the weddings or the funerals of like what we experience in our lives to show other Sims, especially like we have the Sims for Get Famous and we can become an actor and we can become a music producer, artist, whatever. And what I find so cool about Get Famous is that you can become an actor and like perform in like these commercials or movies or TV shows or sitcoms, but you never have a way to actually see your Sims perform through like TV, like see it again and again and again, but you can listen to their music again and again and again. So I remember back in the Sims 3 Generations era, we got this video camera and I used it all the time where you could be able to capture every moment, every movement, and then display it on the TV. And I always loved that I wish we had gotten that in The Sims 4 with like either Parenthood or even Growing Together. And I think I just love being able to see movement. I don't know if you experience the same thing or you want that, but I think I would love that just because, you know, elders in The Sims 4, they're getting up in there in those years and don't have a long life to live. And I like being able to have like moments to pass down to like my sim kids or, you know, people around me that knew them or wanted to know them but didn't know what they sound like or looked like in movement form. So I don't know. I really enjoy the little moments that make my days better. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm speaking out of like my own little thoughts right now, but overall, I think my Sims need that experience of going outdoors and experiencing life in a different way. And my Sim in my current household, as I talk about all the time, Winston Jordan O'Connor with his mother, Aspen Marie O'Connor, it's like those two have a bond that is so strong that they could tell each other basically anything. And I want Aspen to share with Winston the moments that she had with her mother, the other Aspen, Aspen Diane O'Connor, to Winston to say, hey, your grandma was amazing. She did all these amazing things, helped so many different people around the world, and she's still doing that even in her time of passing. And I think whenever I think of like my grandparents, it's like they are amazing people. They do amazing things, and they did a lot of things in their lives that I appreciate and I love so much. That I think movies tell so much, and I think being around a family tells so much. And I think with movies, it captures a whole. And I think with movies, it captures a whole new side of people where you're together and you're able to have that nice experience together. And I think what I'm trying to say is that togetherness is important and being around family is important, and also having that one-on-one like experience is very important. So, I don't know. Overall, I think with like drive-ins, they have a good fun experience that you don't get to have in like indoors, if that makes any sense. But I really love this build so much to the point that I want to build another one, but make it indoors just to see what it's like. And I know that when it comes to outdoors and The Sims 4 with seasons, it does rain a lot. So if you go into your options, you can actually turn off rain and thunderstorms, and it will never rain in your game, which I did not know that was an actual thing, but it's an actual option when it comes with seasons. So kind of a win-win scenario when you really think about it. But if you don't have seasons, you don't have to worry about that. But I will say though, Tool Mod came in clutch with this build. Having all those headphones displaying on that rack was perfect. Genius. And I loved every single moment of it. That honestly, Twisted Mexi is an absolute genius. Tool Mod has saved me so much time, energy, and also scrolling through build and buy catalog every now and then saved me so much time. So I thank Twisted Mexi for this mod, Tool Mod, and even better build and buy. But let me know in the comments below if you've ever been to a drive-in movie theater, especially if you've been there like by yourself, with your parents, grandparents, whoever, because I don't know, I think there's so many cool stories to tell when you're in like at a drive-in. It's weird, but it's like good weird. Maybe it's because like you're in your car outside with family or whoever and you're able to experience the movie in your car. I don't know. It makes me think differently. I've never been to one and I want to go to one so badly. I should. I should plan that at some point. Tell my parents, hey, we're going to a drive-in. Let's go watch this movie and do all that fun stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm getting inspired already to do stuff IRL that I haven't done in years. So I'm actually really excited. I don't know. I love movies. I love family. I love being around my family so much that it's like my favorite thing to do. And it's just a good time amongst family and togetherness that I wanted to do something for my own Sims so that way I could do it in real life. And I've put way too much effort into this build of adding all of like this decor and clutter on the outside of the lot that you cannot access when you download this build. Like I added in the school buses and I also added in like a music stage off of the lot that you can't actually use because it's in my own personal save file. But you can definitely add it if you have Tool Mod to experience that if you would like to. But I will say though, in all, even though we don't have cars, you still get to experience the whole drive-in part of sitting on like a lawn chair or like sitting on the ground and watching a movie that way. And just having fun with your Sims family, capturing those like special fun moments that you don't really get through normal gameplay. If you're going out and about, you should capture those moments to remember those good moments. But I do want to show you the build in real time in the game, so that way you can kind of envision yourself at a drive-in in The Sims or in real life, but also see what my vision was like for a said drive-in movie theater, but in The Sims 4. So as you can see, the build is alive, it's thriving, and it's a lot less spookier than I thought it would be. I think for me, like talking about the drive-in and the family experience and how family is important to me, and just like the idea of wanting to go sounds a lot less scary. So I think I want to go to one eventually soon. But I built this on stream and it took me like about 3 hours to build. And if you want to go watch the VOD, I will link it down below in the description, because I kind of cut out a few things here and there, but I thought showing the whole build in real time would be way easier. But over here in this section is like the concession stand, and I think it's so cool because we have different food stalls for like ramen and like Vietnamese food stall, we have American food stall, and like a regular like beverage food stall over here. And I added in like a popcorn machine. Sims will randomly, you know, come up here and make their own popcorn, but I added it in here as like an additive to said beverage food stall. And they have like some picnic tables, a bunch of bicycles from different packs, because, you know, kids come by every once in a while to get food or watch the movies. I think it's just really nice to have a touch of realism in each and every spot. That way it feels like less empty and less bland. So a little character goes a long way, I feel. And then over here in this section, I have, of course, the bathroom, and then a little play area for like the toddlers or the infants or children who want to come by, watch some movies, or kind of just play in the sand for a little bit. But then on this side, I have a little grill area, a little stage for some performing arts. If the movie is not playing, they can do some performing arts here and there. And then here is the main area where your Sims can go ahead and watch their movie. Now, I know Sims will occasionally, random Sims will like change the channel, which is very annoying to me. So I'm going to pretend that will never happen in my game, but I want to add in a bunch of like these decor cars from different packs, alongside a bunch of lawn chairs and hay bales, alongside the cars with speakers on top of each and every car has their own individual speaker. That way it's like you're listening to movie inside of your own car. And then we have like a bunch of popcorn on the ground because people are messy and dirty and don't know the term of a trash can. And then we have different coolers on every other car. That way certain Sims will like bring their own food, their own beverages, so they don't have to buy their own here. But I think it does add to like the realism side. We have a little camping area. Here are all the headphones that you can grab to listen to the movie if you prefer it that way. Dumpster diving, dumpsters, broken attire because it is Oasis Springs, and this lot is very dingy and dirty. So a lot of Sims will sleep here if they don't have a home to sleep in, or they want to wait until the movie arrives the next day. I don't know. People in Oasis Springs in my Sims game are wacky and crazy, so I thought adding this in here seemed perfect enough for me for that moment. And then back here, we have a bunch of vending machines, and then 2 school buses with a small little trailer, and then another performance stage from the Sim sessions. Now, this stuff back here, and this right here, and all of these different signs, you will not see them in your own game because I use Tool Mod to basically place them there. So I'm sorry, but I wanted to add some realism to my own personal game. But if you have Tool Mod, you can do the exact same thing that I did. All I basically did is I deleted, I believe, the gym was actually here on this lot, and I just deleted it and add in the drive-in movie theater. With all that being said, if y'all want to go and download the build, it is on the gallery. My origin ID is just SpringSims, all one word. But either way, as always, I do hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any tips or tricks for me for drive-in movie theaters, because I desperately need it. But as always, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!